Okay, hello. So this is a video presentation from us for our system, and I hope you guys will enjoy our video and don't sleep during the video is playing. Thank you. Ready? Okay, dah record on this computer. Okay, ready? Okay. Hello and Assalamualaikum. So as for today, we are from group okay, I'm not very sure what group are we, but then we have 3% in this group. Okay, never mind. Proceed with our presentation for our system. So my name is Muhammad Haris bin Zainuddin.
My name is Muhammad Shakir Ashraf.
And my name is Muhammad Haris bin Harun.
Okay, as can you see that Shakir is classroom and I'm at the beach right now and Haris is in his room. So right now we are using our laptop to present remotely from our place. Gitu. Okay, so Shakir, can you explain a little bit what are we developing?
So basically, we are developing an expense tracker in which you can save your bank account, the value of money in your bank account, your expenses, and also your income in your bank account lah. This app also can overview all of your expenses and saving in one dashboard, so you can see how much you spend and how much you earn in a specific period of time.
Yes, basically this is a web expense tracker. We are developing expense tracker for user using web-based platform. The content of this video proposal is that we will tell you the scope of this system and then the operating environment, the assumption and dependency, the functional requirement and the non-functional requirement. Okay, let's get into it. First of all, let me tell you why we develop this system, because the problem that we nampak, problem that we see is that it is hard to keep track of the money that have been expensed by the user. Second problem is that problem in dividing priority in one bank account. Third problem is problem in overviewing all expenses and saving in set of time. All of this problem, when we have identified, we come out with expense tracker web-based platform. The scope of this system is that to meet financial objective, to keep track of the money for the user. Third, to get the overview of the money. Later on, Shakir and Haris will explain how the system works and what is the features of the system.
Yeah, so let's go to the next slide, which is the operating environment. First of all, if you want to use this system, we need an electronic device such as computer and also the smartphone. For the hardware, we already decided to let the lowest spec computer can also use our web expense tracker. For the hardware, we expect the user to have a minimum of 256 megabytes of RAM. That's all. For the software, the user only need two things, which is the operating system and the browser. For the operating system, they need Windows XP or above. They also can use Mac OS. For the browser, there are many browsers that the user can use, such as Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, and also Mozilla Firefox. Web application is simple and easy for the user to use because they just need to open the browser and search for it. That's all. So after discussing with our group, we make an assumption that the user need internet connection and also run the latest browsing software of the web browser. For the dependencies, we use Google API for the chart and graph that will be generated from their data, plus Fish Server 4.0 and also Prime Faces.
Okay, hello everything. Okay, we will explain more about the functional requirement of this expense tracker. So from the slide, you can see that I have simplified the requirement into 4 categories. First is register and login account. Second is create, edit and delete saving or bank account which means that our bank account lah basically. The third one is create, edit, delete of the expenses and income of the respective bank account. And the fourth is view all expenses and saving in one dashboard in overview view, which means either in graph or in chart. So here you can see our use case diagram, nothing fancy. You can like stare it for 1-2 seconds. Okay, then let us go to the first functional requirement lah. If I explain for every use case, sure will take like 20 minutes. So I explain like this lah. For the register and login account, as you can see, for now this is the dummy UI, meaning that it's just a simpler one. We will develop more, maybe add a little color more, maybe a little fancy. So register and login account, as you all know, every web apps is the same. You just register. After you register, you login account. For the second functional requirement, create, edit and delete saving or bank account. So from this you can see that there's a button for adding new account. By account, it's up to you. Either you want to save in the name of your banking account, such as example you have 2 or 3 bank, right? So you save lah Maybank, CMB or Bank Islam. Or maybe you got one bank but you want to divide the money into a certain category. Like for me, in my own CMB account, I save the money for organization, for the block money and also my money. So I want to separate them and then I just put amount. I can edit anytime, anywhere, as long as there is internet connection. So for the third functional requirement is create, edit and delete expenses and income. There's a button right there where you can add expenses. Then you just click that and put your amount and your description lah of your expenses. Then it will record in the database. It's similar to the income, similar function but different purpose lah. And then the lastly for the overview dashboard. For overview dashboard, you can pick which account you want to view the overview or you want to overall overview about your expense and income. So there is 2 graphs. One is for expenses and one for income. Then you can see from your description, such example like expenses, you can categorize by food, transport, vehicle or your like jolly money, right? So you can see lah how much you spend, how many percent and so on. That's for the 4 functional requirement for now. It's a simple one but implementing all the crude function. Okay, so for the non-functional requirements, for this part we put nothing fancy lah. Similar to all web apps. First we got the performance. Performance, I say that the web app should be fast. That is no more than 2 seconds of loading time. We can say this because these web apps rarely use any picture or any bitmap images that requires long time of loading or to data consuming. So it should be fast, which means no more than 2 seconds for loading the page.
Okay, so for the second one is understandability. This system is easier to understand for the user to keep up and use our system. It's because the structure of the system is easy to understand. It's easy to learn and easy to understand lah. How many times I want to say understand? When it is understand, user will be much more comfortable to use our system and it is easier for user to navigate through our web expense tracker.
For the third one, which is the security, all the user data will be encrypted with salt. The application will be protected with username and password. The user no need to worry about their data will be seen by the other person to see their money inside. So the user can create their own username and password before get into the system.
And as for the last one is this system is reliable. The quality attribute is that it is reliable because the system will be available for 24 hours. The user can use the web expense tracker at any time, any place, as long as there is internet. I think that's all from us. Thank you. Love you. Mwah.